Okay, if you remember last class, we were talking about what's an atom, and we said, you know, all the atoms, they contains the nucleus. I'm going just to make it a quick revision. What did we say last class? We said, you know, any atom from the middle, it contains the nucleus. And we said, you know, a nucleus contains how many types of particles? Who can tell me?
2. 2 parts.
Exactly, that's true. Okay, 2 types of particles. What are them?
They are the protons and then the neutrons.
Okay, that's true. If I have protons or I have neutrons, and charge. Oh, I have protons or I have neutrons. So protons, it is a positive charge. When neutrons, who can tell me what was the charge of neutrons?
They're neutral.
Neutral.
Exactly. They are neutral. Yani they are not positive, they are not negative. Okay, right. Let's continue. Oh, I'm sorry. What about the electrons? What did we say about the electrons? Do you remember? We said in the electrons all the time they are moving very quickly, very quickly. They are moving very quickly around what? Around my nucleus. Do you remember? And we said, since in Noma they are moving very quickly, but this means, are they light or are they heavy? Think
Light.
the ones who are inside. Yes, they are very light. That's true. And then at the end of the class, we stopped while we were talking about the isotopes. And we said, in isotopes, they are atoms of the same element. They have the same mass number, but they have different, sorry, they have the same atomic number, but they have different what? Okay, Runa, all of them, as you see here, all of them, they have the same atomic number, but the mass number is somehow different. You see, here 8, here 7, here 6. But this means they have different, you have different mass number, but all of them, they have the same atomic number. يبقى same atomic number, بس الماss number بس هو إيه? It's a little bit different. طيب. And we said, why is the mass number different? Do you remember? يعني let's talk about carbon. هلاقي carbon عنده 6 proton و 6 electron. أو how many? Carbon 12. Check it out with me. I will write it in another. Check with me. If I have, let's say, carbon 12 و 6, وcarbon 13 و 6, وcarbon 14 و 6. As an example. For this one, هيبقى عنده how many electrons, how many protons, how many neutrons? You are going to check same like the small number. يبقى since إن هما 6, this is the small number. So 6 protons, 6 electrons. How I get the neutron number? We said this. I'm going to do what? I will do 12 minus 6. So it will be 6. Okay, what about correct يا قالوا? What about this one? I will do what يا كنوز electron وبروتون يا أحمد والنيوترونز. Electrons equal to the small number 6 وبروتون 6 والنيوترون هعمل 13 minus 6. I'm just revising. We said already all this before. Exactly يا عبد الله. So it will be 7. We hear about the 6 وبروتونز 6 والنيوترونز you will do 14 minus 6. So it will be what? 8 and so on. Good job. Bravo. Easy? Any question? Okay, right. We stopped while I told you that I'm going to say quickly before we start the ionic bond, I will talk about what are the uses for isotopes. The point in all isotopes in general, they have طبعا hundreds of uses, but mainly in isotopes, some of them, they are radioactive isotopes. So what do I mean by radioactive isotopes? يعني they give out radiation. يعني since no, exactly they are radioactive يا عبد الله. That's true يا نوري. فsince إن هم they are radioactive يعني some radiation they come out from my isotope. فطبعا not all isotopes يعني some isotopes you're going to find some radiation with some isotopes you're not going to find any radiation. If the isotope is a radioactive isotope, you will find radiation coming out. If you didn't find any radiation, this means إنها non-radioactive. Which one we are going to talk about today? We are going to talk about the radioactive isotope. The radioactive isotope اللي هم isotopes that produce certain type of radiation. طب what are these radiation and what are we use these radiation in? We use them in medical use and in industrial use. طيب let's start بالmedical use. Number 1 cobalt 60. طب why did I write cobalt 60? Because sometimes I'm going to have cobalt 60, so cobalt 61, whatever the cobalt is. But the one which treat cancer cells, it's cobalt 60. That's why both of them start with C and C. For cobalt 60, as you see, exactly يا نوري. Since in the cobalt 60, it's used, remember it with C. Cobalt 60 to treat cancer cells. طيب, what about strontium? Strontium is to treat skin cancer. That's بقى with S و S. If I'm going to talk about strontium, it's going to treat the skin cancer, S with S. Like, what about iodine? What do I use? If I'm having cobalt with strontium, it's not a must, by the way, to study them all, but you have to know إنه they mostly يعني في المedical we use them to treat the cancer cells. But what do I mean by inaccessible cancer cells? يعني cells that are not easy to reach. This is something that is really so positive. Okay, طيب, let's continue. Okay, طب what about iodine 131? What do we use iodine 131 in بقى يا أروى? Iodine 131 if I'm having any problem in my thyroid gland. Thyroid gland كده, it's a very small gland inside our bodies, but it's really important. If you are having يا نوري, as you said, any problem في thyroid gland and you want to, you don't know you really have a problem or not. طب how do you know? In a very easy way, you will check before they usually do what? Before they usually use surgeries to know is there any problem في thyroid gland or not. But nowadays they don't do this. Nowadays iodine, لا, it's working بقى خلاص. They just use the iodine. فالiodine will tell them is there any problem in this person, and does this person have any problem في thyroid gland or not. It's going to monitor, it means to check the function of the thyroid gland. يعني it will show you does this thyroid gland have any problem or its function is working, because the thyroid gland controls many things. يعني controls the growth hormone وcontrol the metabolism of the body. It controls a lot of things يعني. That's why it's really important. What about gamma rays? Gamma rays we use it in, yes يا نوري. Gamma rays we use it in what يا عبد الله? Gamma rays we use it to sterilize and not to clean, to sterilize. أعقم. I need to do what يا قالوا? I need to sterilize the surgical equipment. يعني if I'm having any surgical equipment and I need to sterilize them, I don't need them. I need them to be all the time clean. I don't need any microbes. يعني if I'm doing a surgery, the doctor cannot use all the surgical equipments, especially metal surgical equipments, from me to another one. Maybe any of us, we have any disease that can be transferred by blood. But what should I do, ya kunuz? I have to sterilize them. Exactly, to kill all the microbes or all the bacteria, to be clean, so that it's not going to be affect my the other person's life. Okay, so that's why usually once you are going to for any dentist or any doctor, you have to sterilize, the doctor have to sterilize all the surgical equipment before he starts. But all these, as I said, it's not a must to study them all, but at least in the exam up till now, usually he say mention 1 or 2 uses for medical uses for isotopes general. فهو will say 1 or 2 mark questions according he want 1 use ولا 2 use. طب this is or 2 uses يعني. طب this is a medical use. What about industrial use? Industrial use, it means you are going to use it but in industry, not in medicine. Like what? Industry, like if I'm saying strontium 90 or uranium 235. strontium 90 it means strontium 90 ده هو same like في medical uses كنا بنقول it's used exactly يا عبد الله, that's true. فعلا من ضمن الاندستري الجاز pipe links. يعني احنا if we are having any pipe for water, pipe for gas, sometimes بيبقى فيه leaks, يعني في parts كده areas فيها تسريب كده, يعني الجاز may come out for any reason, بيبقى في leakage كده. فسنس انه بيبقى في leakage يعني في part كده بصوا في part كده صغيره الجاز can come out of it. since there is leakage, that's why we can, if I want to know بقى is there really a leakage or not, you can use the strontium. The strontium is going to show you فعلا is it working, the gas pipe, is it good or there is any leakage. You can know this by using strontium 90 او using in general يعني ال radioactive isotopes. طيب what about strontium 90? strontium 90 اللي هو it treats skin cancer in a medical use يا كنوز. I can use it also in industrial use. How I will use it in industrial use? If I was having, يعني imagine with me كده, I was having a container, يعني I was getting a container from another country. Well, this container contains a lot of metal sheets مثلا. metal sheets, okay? Or paper sheets. And I need to check, do all of them have the same thickness or not? And I want to check it. How I will know, do all of them have the same thickness or not? Whatever بقى metal sheets. Yes, yeah, that's true. To detect the leaks or corrosion. That's true. I will put strontium 90. So it's going to show you, are really all these papers, do they have the same thickness or not? Okay? The way the rays is going to come out from these papers or these sheets, it's going to show you all these papers have the same thickness or all these metal sheets have same thickness or not. طيب one of the uses وخلاص وقلنا البايبس طبعا, this is one of the most important pipes وده most important industrial uses. وتيك كير دايما في المارك سكيمز, اكتر واحده هتلاقوها دايما في المارك سكيم في الليكج, وفي سيزيوم وفي اريديوم. that's true, صح, correct. طيب what about انت عندك you have hundreds يعني. طيب اليورانيوم 235 strontium B too expensive طبعا for sure يا يوسف. yes يا يويو for sure. radioactive in general because they are not found a lot. فusually دايما الحاجات الراديوactive دي بتبقى it's so expensive for sure. anything that is rare so it's expensive. اليورانيوم 235 this is طبعا one of the most important radioactive one of the most important radioactive isotopes. Why? Because they what do they use in uranium 200? exactly for energy releasing. They generate electricity. Why they generate electricity? If I need to get electricity, very big amount of electricity, the best way to get electricity is uranium 235. the best way, really the best way. عشان اليورانيوم بيطلع يعني it's going to produce a huge amount of electricity. That's why it's وكمان it's a clean source of electricity كمان, يعني it's clean source of energy. مش بيطلع اي مثلا اي it's not going to form مثلا زي لما بنيجي نعمل burning مثلا. burning ده بيطلع مثلا sometimes carbon dioxide gases و greenhouse gases, لكن اليورانيوم لا. بس طبعا for sure هو radioactive برضه, والراديشن دي ليها side effects, بس at least we are producing very big amount of electricity. يعني you can take electricity for the whole town. That's why in uranium is one of the really most important uses للisotopes يعني. Okay. Radioactive use to cancer treatment وراديولوجي طبعا for sure يا yes we said this at the beginning. بس take care الcancer treatment all these are والراديولوجي او radiography كل ده في الميديكال uses. احنا دلوقتي we're talking about the industrial uses. طيب that's all the part yes that's true radiotherapy. طيب that's all for the isotopes. For the atoms, the topic of the atoms. For now, I will start كده with you. Ionic. Ionic bond بقى. I will give you كده the introduction of the first part من Ionic bond. طبعا for sure مين اللي who's saying it's dangerous? Yes يا شادي, it's really dangerous. But I will tell you something. When there is a person and he has two choices, يعني when there is a person يعني يا رب يعافينا. If a person you have cancer, so the cancer destroy the cells, okay? So the two choices are, and this person, if he didn't take it, يعني maybe he will not live, okay? That's why they take it. Yeah, it's dangerous طبعا for sure لأنها it affects the other cells. But at the same time, if he didn't take it, maybe he will not live. So that's why يعني, you know, same like the antibiotic. مش إحنا once we are having sometimes when we are having a very strong infection, we take antibiotics. طب ما antibiotics دي it has very strong side effects. But we cannot say, no, I will not take the, exactly, ya Nouri, we don't have a choice. That's true. We don't have a choice. Yani, if you didn't take this medicine, it's going to be wider hair fall. Miss, are you going to send a PowerPoint? No, I don't send a PowerPoint. I send the recording. I usually send my recording because I will tell you something. And no, if I send the PowerPoints, this is mine. If I put the PowerPoints, maybe it doesn't have my name. I don't put my name on PowerPoints. So that's why I usually send the link for the recordings. طيب والPDFs طبعا for sure I send the PDF. It's my pleasure, Rigi, my pleasure. طيب you're asking why their hair fall. The problem is انه طبعا it's not our topic يعني, but since you asked I will tell you يعني in 2 minutes. When these people they take these types of radiation, they affect all the cells. They don't affect only the cells that are the cancer cells. ما هو في other cells. That's why since it affect both, هي it destroy the cancer cells, but برضو it affect other cells. That's why sometimes you will find the skin a little bit يعني a little bit dry. You will find the hair or eyelashes, eyebrows. Sometimes it's going to be affected يعني. That's why we have to يعني we have to pray. Yes, exactly. Side effects. Exactly. You're most welcome, Mr. Shady. My pleasure. Change the topic, but don't talk about cancer cells, please. I like all the time to give you positive vibes. I don't like to give you negative vibes. Zahi Nuri? Yeah, let's continue. So let's jump to our ionic bond topic. It's really it's really you're smiling, huh? We're laughing. طيب, let's talk about ionic bond بقى. Yes, let's be positive يا نوري. That's true. طب بصوا بقى, now I will show you something that is really positive. Ionic bond بقى, what we are going to talk about in the ionic bond topic. Ionic bond, we are going to say first what's meant by ionic bond. It's formed between metal or non-metals, well, non-metals only. We will see now. And I'm going to talk about the properties. How do they look like? How do they look like? The structure, how do they look like? Yani, are they crystals? How do they look like? So for today, I'm going to show you the beginning كده. Exactly, Mahmoud. Exactly, Abdullah. That's true. So let's start. طبعا for sure, why do atoms bond? Atoms, they usually bond to make their outer shell, the outer shell. Miss, are we gonna cover the electrostatic forces of attraction? Yes, for sure, Abdullah. Yes, I will talk about attraction now. Don't worry. Yalla. So if I'm going to say, why do atoms make bonds? Atoms usually make bonds because they need, this is a question, by the way, in the past papers. Why do atoms make bonds? So if you will be asked this question, you will say, atoms usually make bonds because they need their outer full shell. جيمس بوند ما يا محمد ما هو بوند اهو جيمس بوند مش واخد بالك انت. They want to make the outer shell completely full with electrons. So let's see now how they will make it full. يلا, let's start. Ready? I feel some students are not ready. يلا كده, be excited. Yes. طيب. Miss, I swear I thought I would enjoy the holiday, but it turned out. I cannot read the question. Wait, I cannot read the chat. It's not opening. 1 minute. It's not a question? Oh, okay. I swear I thought I would enjoy the holiday, but it turned out it will be me studying and bumping my face in the wall. No, ya Kamel. Think positive, ya Kamel. Ready. The bonds due to strong attraction forces. Exactly, Abdul. That's true. Yalla, let's start. So this is Mr. Chlorine. Let's see what is, this is Mr. Chlorine. If I'm going to check Mr. Chlorine, numbers for chlorine is 35.5 and 17. So which number is the number of electron? Is it the 35 or is it the 13? 35 or 13? Which one? Small number or a big number? 35? Oh, shoot her. Shoot her. ايوه كده. اوكي ماشي. It's 35. ده انتوا معادين. 17. 17. This is the number of electrons for sure, not 35. تمام. طيب 17 يعني this means 287. يبقى if I am Mr. Chlorine, what do I need to be stable? I need to do what? I need to have a full outer shell. No يا رونا. No يا روحي. احنا دايما الالكترونز هي السمول نمبر يا رونا. It's fine يا روحي. No problem. We learn from our mistakes. صح يا محمود. Good job. So what should I do? I will check the outer shell. Here I have 7 electrons. To have a full outer shell, يبقى I need to have 8. طب to have 8 electrons, what do I need? Exactly يا شادي. To have a full outer shell, يبقى I have 2 choices. Either I can gain one electron or to lose 7. Which one is easier? Tell me. Exactly. Good job.
To gain one electron.
That's true. To gain 1 electron. This what will happen. طيب, what about Mr. This is my friend Sophie. لا صوديوم يعني. Let's see. Sophie بقى. صوديوم بقى. What's happening مع الصوديوم؟ أهو. إحنا we said إن الكلورين. This is chlorine. Can 17. Oh my God. Oh. So it was 287. And you said, it's not me, you said it's going to gain 1. Why it will gain 1 electron to be 288? Right. What about this one, sodium? What will happen with the sodium? Sodium, it is sodium 11. So
to lose 1 electron.
Exactly, 281. Since now it's 281, this means it's going to lose ولا to gain? Exactly, bravo, good job. ايه ده.
Lose.
Wow, excellent students, bravo. I will lose this one. Why I will lose it? Because I need to have 28 only. I don't need the last one, right? So it will be 28 only. طيب, let's see بقى. If this is at the beginning, يبقى ده خلاص الكلورين it will gain 1 والصوديوم it will lose 1. اهو شايفين this is the outer shell electron اللي هو كان في الاوتر shell that I lost. فبصوا check with me كده. الكلورين كان عنده اهو الصوديوم كان عنده 1 electron and I lost it. فناو it become without any electrons, you see. طب here the chlorine will what? الكلورين will take the electron. بصوا اهو it take the electron. That's why it's going to become 288. طيب. Okay, in order. أيوة, yes, exactly. أيوة. طيب. 1 minute بس. I will write it in a whiteboard so that we can have more space. This is the sodium 11. So 281. Well, this is the chlorine 17. This is 287. We take care. I don't use the big numbers. I use the small numbers. I don't need these. No, I need what? I need these. I usually use the small numbers. So please never forget this. Okay, so I use the small numbers. This is the atomic number, يعني this is the electron. طيب, if I want to check, at the beginning I said in the sodium will lose 1. طيب, at the beginning I was having how many electrons or how many protons? طبعا the neutrons don't change. And then it's going to be how many electrons or how many protons? At the beginning I was having هنا and then I lost 1. So at the beginning, how many electrons do I have? Yalla, answer it in the chat, please. We use the big one in the, yes, exactly. Correct, ya Kunuz. Bravo, good job. No, ya Sora. Sora, electrons. MashaAllah. Wow. Oh la la. All of you are answering. Good job. بصوا, Sora, good job, ya Justina. No, ya Justina, take care. In neutrons, you subtract both. Justina عادل. You subtract الماس number minus الatomic to get the neutrons. Take care. مش بنحط ال 23 كلهم. Take care. ايش يا يويو؟ معاك يا ستينا. So once again electrons how I will know electrons هي small numbers فسنس انها 11 يبقى هم 11 electrons. وهاو many protons برضو 11. how many protons برضو 11. 11 electrons و 11 protons. طب how many neutrons you will do big number minus the small number. So would you please mute? طيب to get the number of neutrons what are you going to do? You will do subtract 23 minus 11 so it will be what? 12. طب now I lost one يا عبد الله. I lost electron اهو. I lost one electron. فالelectrons بقوا كام؟ Instead of 11 they will be 10. طب والprotons did I touch الprotons أو النيوترونز؟ Did I take any proton أو any neutron? Did I lose? Did I gain any protons أو neutrons؟ صح correct برافو. Miss, if you're gonna draw the bonds, do we need to keep the valency shell of sodium? Yes, يا كنوز, we will draw them now. You're most welcome, يا سورة. Oh, let's start. So I was 11 electron, I lost one, so it becomes 10. لكن الprotons والneutrons, I didn't touch them. لأنه الprotons والneutrons already they are found inside my nucleus. But that's why I didn't do anything related to them. I just lose electron, gain electrons. لكن I didn't do anything to the nucleus. صح؟ That's why. طيب what should I exactly بالظبط يا نوري. طب how I will do this في البروتونز والنيوترونز بقى؟ يبقى 11 و 12. طيب بس I was having one problem إنه النورمال هنا كانت اسمها sodium alone. It was sodium. I didn't put any plus, I didn't put any minus. Why? It was a neutral atom. Why it was neutral? عشان I was having 11 electron يا شادي. صح. It was having at the beginning it was having 11 electron و 11 proton. That's why at the beginning it was neutral. طيب by time لا, it's different now. Here I have الprotons more than the electrons. أنا كده الprotons عندي بقوا 11 والelectrons بقوا 10. It's different now. So what should I do? Exactly. It's going to be a positive one. That's true. Bravo. يبقى I'm going to say in this ion is going to be a positive one. You see? An A plus. That's true. Exactly. So it's going to be an A plus. Okay? يبقى why did I put يبقى an A? It's going to change to an A plus. Why did I put the plus? Because the number you put usually the charge of the one which is more than the other. يعني الprotons is more than the electrons. فsince إن الprotons is more يبقى you will put a plus. طيب. Let's continue. Exactly. برافو يا نوري. طيب let's check الكلورين بقى. الكلورين, how many electrons do I have? How many protons? How many neutrons? هنا I was having 17. I was having 17. يبقى how many electrons? How many protons? برافو نوري. برافو سارة. Good job كنوز ويوستينا برافو. So here I was having 17 electrons, 17 protons. Neutrons, you will subtract them together, so it will be 18. Bravo. طيب. Now what should I do as a chlorine? I will do what? I will gain one, as you said, صح? Because I was having 7 electrons, so I will gain one. But what will happen to the electrons? Instead of 17 will be 18. The protons as it is, when neutrons as it is, no change. The only one that will change هي electrons. So please never forget this, okay? Yes. So يبقى this means in the charge of chlorine will be what? Is it a positive one or is it a negative one? What do you think? Since it's exactly, bravo Alou, bravo Kamel, good job. That's true, Justina, because since I have electrons are more, يبقى this means إنها it's going to be a negative charge one. That's true. عشان الالكترونز يعني الالكترونز اللي هي negative charge is more than the protons اللي هي positive charge. That's why I'm going to put Cl minus. Okay? طيب as you see let's return back. Exactly Justina. طيب let's return back بقى to our elements, to our friends Sophie وجوني. اهو what happened يبقى الكلورين كان عنده 7 في الاوتر شيل. Here I draw only الاوتر شيل وهنا الصوديوم كان عنده 1 electron in the outer shell. So that's why what will happen, this one lost the electron والكلورين will take it out. Okay. As you see here. So you see how this is the plus and this is the minus. You have to show إنه the plus will show إنه it lost إن the protons are more than the electrons now. والminus it's going to show والminus is going to show إنه it gained 1. Okay, so what will happen now? Oh, you see, now there is a bond. You see, now between them there is a bond. يعني between the positive ion and negative ion there is a bond called ionic bond. Exactly, Yanuri, that's true. So as you see here, you see, romantic teacher. So this is a bond. That's why they usually say chemistry is something. That's why they usually say between people there is chemistry. Why? Because of bonds. Yeah, but this bond happened. Why? Happened because I have a sodium which is a positive one, while I have a chlorine which is a negative one. So once now I get it. Sater. Abdullah got it because of the hearts, mashallah. I will remove them now. Bad boy. Now he understand the bonds because of the yes, exactly, Ashadi. Confused. Which why to move? What do you mean, Yakunuz? Which part is confusing? Tell me. The part usually also I will tell you something that is really easy. Usually non-metals, the heart. Oh, okay. طيب بص non-metal. Usually remember it like that. Non-metal gain electron and form negative ion. You see, all of them starts with N. So non-metal gain electron and form negative ion. So this means metals. What do metals do? Lose electrons or form positive ion. Clear? Any question? Good job. I just talking about a minute. I won't read the chat, but it's just talking about the people. Oh, okay. Like, should I add 8 electron metals in the outer shell? It's fine, Yakunuz. You can do this or this. Both are correct. Nuri, cation وanion. Cation هي positive ion. والanion هي negative ion. If you want to know, yeah. Cation it means positive ion. Anion it means a negative ion. So the bond that happens between, please, a special request from me. Special request. All the time when I get them the question, what's meant by ionic bond? Do you know what's the answer? All the time. It is the bond between metals or non-metals. Wrong. This is not the right answer. Thank you, Kunuz. Why? Because Yarom, the bonds with the ionic bond, it happens between positive ion and negative ion. يعني the bond happens between مين ومين؟ البوزيتيف ion والنيجاتيف ion. It didn't happen between metal و non-metal. هو ده الميتال this is the non-metal. No bonds between الميتال والnon-metal. هي البond happened لما when this lost and when this gained. يبقى never please never tell me as this is a very common mistake. دايما الكويستشن ده بيبقى في الاكزام ويبقى 2 mark question. What's meant by ionic bond? 80% من الستودنتس ما شاء الله it is the bond that happen between metal and non-metal. I don't know from where did they get this definition والله. Here it is the attraction force. First of all, once I ask you bond, yes, correct يا كنوز. يبقى you have to say it is the attraction force. لازم أقول هي force يبقى attraction. يبقى it is the attraction force between a positive ion and a negative ion. طيب that happens between It's the force of attraction or electrostatic force of attraction between a positive ion and a negative ion. And it happens by, you have to say how it happens. If you didn't say how it happens, you will lose 1 mark برضه. You have to say إنه it happens by transfer of electrons. If you didn't say the reason, you will miss a mark. You have to say it happens by transfer of electron or by losing and gaining. Inshallah, next class when we take a covalent, you will see إنه covalent happen by sharing. Exactly, Abdul. يبقى it is the force of attraction between أو electrostatic force of attraction between positive ions or negative ions, and it happens by transfer of electrons أو losing or gaining electrons. Any other answer wrong. Okay? طيب بسرعة I don't want to show the hearts عشان عبد الله. Oh, it is the force of attraction that happens between positive ion or negative ion. Okay, and the electrostatic, exactly correct يا نوري. And it happens by the transfer of electron. You see, this is the sodium 281, this is the chlorine 287. What will happen? You see, I lost the sodium. Oh, this electron will move to the chlorine, as you see here. Okay, so the chlorine will become a negative A at the end. It will become a negative I. Any question? Easy? Okay, type. What about if I want to draw? Thank you, Runa. Wallahi. Thank you so much. Runa, she put for you the group. I still love your animation. My animation is amazing. Wallahi, Allah, yani, thank you so much. Allah. يعني عينيكم حلوة حبايبي. والله أنا اللي I love you بجد. يعني I really love you. I really love the positive vibes that I take from this class. So let's start كده talking about some of the ions. Nice drawing. Thank you. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Really بجد? طب that's good. Merci beaucoup. De rien. De rien, mademoiselle. Avec plaisir. Okay. طيب. So I want to give you another example. Okay. This example is going to talk about what? It's going to talk about magnesium oxide. But I want to say something. While we are drawing, how many ways of drawing are we having? You can draw something like this. يعني here I draw only the outer shell. I don't draw all the shells. This is a choice. طيب, if another students want to draw all the shells, can I? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. It works too. Exactly, Abdullah. يعني I have two choices. طبعا for sure drawing the outer shell only is easier يعني. But if you want to draw all the shells, you can draw all the shells. يعني you can draw for the sodium it 2 will 8 يعني like this. It 2 will 8 will 1 and then you lose the 1. You got my point? You can do it like this. It's another way. But I think it takes too much time. Type. This drawing, take care in the exam here because I'm doing it in colors animation as you are saying. That's why I'm doing it in all dots. طب in the exam, he will tell you draw a dot cross diagram. Once in a while, draw a dot cross diagram, يبقى for sure you must do one of them. Exactly. You must open a stat. Bravo. That's true. يبقى you have to do what يا عبد الله? You have to do مثلا ان الصوديوم X والكلورين dots عشان لما اجي اخد element يبقى one of them dot, one of them cross. Don't do them all circles. طب why I'm doing this like that? عشان this is just animation with colors. لكن in the exam we will not use colors. فلازم one of them تكون dot والother cross. This is really important. وخلي بالكم sometimes in the exam he will tell you draw the electrons of sodium as a cross. Withdraw the electrons of chlorine as a dot. Sometimes it's going to be tricky. If he didn't say, خلاص, if he didn't mention which one dot, which one cross, it's fine. خلاص, do it. Do it, whatever. Choose one dot, one cross. طب if he mentioned, لا, يبقى you have to do. You have to check which one he wants. طيب. Sorry. طيب, let's check بقى magnesium oxide. ادي المغنيسيوم و this is the oxygen. So يلا do it please. طبعا احنا في normal classes we should draw together يعني. But the problem إنه ما شاء الله the class ما شاء الله very big number of students يعني. بس احنا في normal classes we usually draw compound and you send it to me. بس يعني ما شاء الله group there are a lot. طيب 2 هي محمود. yes.
مس انا لغايه دلوقتي مش فاهم ليه الاكسجين بيتحول لاوكسيد.
why ليه يا ترى؟ يا هل ترى؟ طب ما تعملها معايا كده ونشوف، يمكن اكون انا I'm saying anything. يلا oxygen 8. So tell me what's the electronic configuration? 2A.
هو الاكسجين عنده 8 الكترونز.
yes. so 2A.
2 6.
ماشي 2 6. طيب يبقى it needs how many electron to be stable؟
2.
برافو. So it needs 2 electron. Once it will gain 2 electron فهيبقى الاكسجين كده it gained 2. طب معنى انها it gained 2 يعني اخدت 2 more negative charges, 2 more negative electrons. يبقى shall I put negative up ولا shall I put positive since I gained 2؟
Negative.
exactly. بالظبط. negative 2. وما اقولش negative only، اقول negative 2 لان انا I gained 2 electrons. طيب what about the magnesium يا محمود؟ هي 12 يبقى this means it's going to be a 2 8 a
2 A 2.
برافو 2 a 2. So once it will lose it will do what؟
Positive.
exactly. So it will be positive. يبقى المغنيسيوم will be a اهو it will be positive 2 and I will lose 2 صح؟ Since I will lose 2 يبقى this means instead of 2 8 2 it will be 2 8 only. يبقى I will say the charge is a magnesium ولا magnesium a؟
Magnesium positive 2.
exactly. why؟ عشان انا I lost 2 electrons يعني I lost 2 more I lost 2 negatives. يبقى اكيد البروتونز بقت more by 2 صح؟ يعني هم كانوا اكنهم 12 plus. يعني بصوا imagine with me مثلا كانت حاجه عندها 5 protons و 5 electrons. I lost 2 electrons. يبقى this means ان انا بقى عندي البروتونز اكتر، عشان كده احط التشارج بتاعت البلس. got my point؟ يعني هنا كان عندي 12 electron و 12 proton. طب I lost 2 electron فالالكترونز بقت 10 بس والبروتون still 12. يعني البروتونز اكتر من الالكترون by 2. That's why you have to say انه 2 plus يعني البروتونز is more than electrons by 2. easy؟ عرفت ليه الاوكسايد؟ طيب هي هنا كان اسمها oxygen. when it holds a negative charge اقول عليها oxide. اوكي؟ زي كلورين كلورايد، برومين برومايد. دكتور I can write positive too. yes يا نوري correct. as well as in fact yes that's true برضو يا عبد الله. we will take this later on. that's true. بصوا هقول لكم حاجه، احنا في part كده I will tell you this later on بس exactly يا نوري. بصوا هقول لكم كده a way that will really help you يعني. periodic. بصوا when I find my element check كده in general يعني when any element هيبقى في group 1 زي الصوديوم يبقى all the time it will lose 1 لانه في group 1 ده mostly يعني، لانه mostly element ما دام هو في group 1 يعني this means هو عنده 281 يبقى this means انه I will lose 1. طب if my element كان زي element ده زي magnesium يعني 282 يبقى for sure هيعمل lose ل 2 لانه in group 2. طب if it was aluminium في group 3 يبقى 283 يبقى for sure it will lose 3. You got my point؟ طيب starting بقى الاريا دي non metals. non metals you will find انه it gain بقى it will not lose لا it will gain. طب how do I know it gains how many electron؟ اشوف انا I have الاكسجين مثلا let's say الاكسجين في group 6 يبقى how do I know how many electrons؟ اعمل 8 minus 6 هتطلع 2 يبقى this means ان الاكسجين will gain 2. You got my point؟ طب كلورين في group 7 I will do 8 minus 7 تبقى 1 and so on. You got the point? This is how it works. 1. النيتروجين في جروب 3 يبقى this means 8 minus 3 تبقى 5 كده. سوري النيتروجين في جروب 5 يبقى 8 minus 5 يبقى 3. You got the point؟ يلا let's continue. So برافو نوري. طبعا جروب 8 اللي هو اخر جروب ده doesn't lose, it doesn't gain, it doesn't share, it doesn't do anything. طيب هنا I put this one to show you if I draw all the shells. بصوا هنا I draw all the shells. I didn't draw ال outer shell only. هنا I draw all the shells. وزي ما قلت لكم هنا معمولة dots و dots لأن هم different colors. لكن in the exam you have to do one of them dot with other cross. طب if I want to draw it بس ال outer shell only هعملها ازاي؟ هقول at the end المغنيسيوم ما بقاش عندها أي electrons. It's just only magnesium. And you will write +2. طب والأكسجين؟ This is the oxygen. So it will have at the end هي 2 6. هي كان عندها 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 و it will gain 2. Oh, that's why I will write 2. So you have the two choices. You want to draw outer shell only, it's fine. You want to draw all the shells also, it's fine. That's why I put for you both in the PowerPoint so you can choose. Type. Let's take this one. Magnesium fluoride. Who can tell me how we will do it? Mg و MgF. Oh, magnesium 12. So it is A يا رامز 2A2. هي رونا.
Yes, miss. The fluorine's oxidation is it's going to be 2 8. It's going to be 2 8. The last one is going to be 7.
Exactly.
Like
so 2 7 و 2 7.
Yeah.
يبقى every fluorine needs how many electrons?
Every fluorine, every one magnesium needs 2 fluorines.
Yeah,
So every one fluorine needs 1 electron. So every magnesium is going to get 2 fluorines. But it could be like quite. And every fluorine will need 1 electron.
exactly. Fluorine will take 1. Exactly. تمام. برافو. That's true. So since I have here 2 electrons, والفلورين every fluorine عندها 7 electrons in the outer shell. So what will happen? The magnesium is going to lose 1 electron for this fluorine, 1 electron to this fluorine. This what will happen. Check كده with me. I will lose these two. 1 fluorine will take 1 و1 fluorine will take 1. طيب بس الالكترونز بقى will be what؟ المغنيسيوم كده التشارج هتبقى ايه؟ المغنيسيوم it lost 2 واحنا اتفقنا all the time الميتالز لازم يبقوا positive ion والنون metals they must be in negative ion. So magnesium will be what? برافو صح يا سارة. بس plus only ولا plus 2؟ I lost 2 electrons. يبقى what should I write؟
It's going to be 2 plus.
Exactly. طيب what about the fluorine? Every fluorine will be a
1 negative.
Exactly. Why? Because you took 1. How many electron?
Because 1 electron is more than the protons. Just 1 electron.
Exactly. Easy? Any question? Okay. So the magnesium will be +2 every fluorine will be -1. You see? Every fluorine, oh, this is dots, all dots, it took 1 cross. We hear but it took 1 cross. That's why it's negative. Okay. Right. What about this one? How do ionic compounds look like? The ionic compound, they look like what? They look like crystal lattice. We are going to stop here. I will just explain this. Inshallah, next class, I will give you the properties of the ionic bond. I don't want it to be too much for you. If I will give you next class, inshallah, ionic the properties of the ionic bond, and we will start covalent, inshallah. So, crystal lattice, this is how the ionic compounds look like. They look like what? They look like crystal lattice. What do I mean by crystal lattice? It looks like crystals. Thank you, ya Nouri, wallah. If I have more time, the problem is I have another class. That's why. بصوا أنا إذا كان عليا I want to sit with you all the time والله يا نوري. أو Na و Cl Na و Cl all the time. فهتلاقوا هنا Na Cl Na و all the time بيبقوا alternatively. You see؟ يعني you will not find بصوا Cl يبقى تحتيه Na يبقى below it Cl Na below it Cl Cl below it Na and so on. You're not going to find Na Cl لا, this is wrong. Usually it's going to be alternatively. يعني ايه alternate؟ بالتبادل كده. One of them positive يبقى the other one will be a negative. So I'm going to say in that it's the regular. طبعا for sure it's regularly arranged as you see. Regular هي منظمة خالص. So it's a regular arrangement of alternating positive or negative ion. As I said, alternating يعني 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 minus producing neutral electrically neutral compounds. Okay, so never forget this, please. We take care. This question is a very common. Thank you, Aruna. This question is a very common questions in the past papers. They will ask you in the exam, describe ionic structures or describe ionic compound. Okay, so if he asks you how what's describable structure, you will say it's formed between it's the regular structure or regular 3-dimension of alternating positive or negative ions as I said here في 3-dimension. It's very important to say now alternating. طيب, I will tell you a very tricky question. Why do you think هنا Cl is going to be a bigger size than Na? You know why? Because the Cl, yes, he wants to say. Hey Mahmoud, tell me. No, ya Kamal. This how do we draw it? I tried drawing this weird shape, but I failed. بصي يا رونا, it's not a must to draw it as a crystal all. لا, just draw plus or minus, plus or minus, plus or minus like this. But take care إنه when I draw here plus يبقى you have to put below it minus و beside it minus and so on. بس another point إن you have to draw دايما النيجاتيف ion bigger. ليه بقى؟ لأنه البلس. What's the question again? Nouri, I'm asking why the Cl is bigger than the Na. No. Yes, exactly. بصوا البوينت ايه؟ انه الصوديوم كان 281. طب you lost the outer shell فبقت 28 only. فsince now it becomes 28 يبقى you lost the outer shell. هي كانت big بس الصوديوم صغرت لان هي it lost the outer shell. that's why الصوديوم بقت smaller one. لكن الكلورين لسه big. That's the reason. Okay. أني is sending this. What do you mean by A? I didn't get your question, Yaruna. Amani? Who's Amani? I didn't get it. You're saying something, Yaruna, but I didn't get it. You're saying Amani. What's Amani? She sent me this. Okay. ماشي. It's fine. So, يبقى as I said, يبقى this is how it looks like. This is how the structure of the crystal lattice will look like. Okay? So that's all for today. Thank you so much. As usual, it was my pleasure to have you all in my class for today. I really enjoyed as every week. I hope it was an easy topic. Inshallah, next class, I will give you the properties of ionic bond, and then we will take, inshallah, we will start covalent. Okay? Thank you so much. So please try to answer past papers as much as you can. You're most welcome. My pleasure. Study well. I will put you the, oh my God, what's the, oh yeah, Nouri, how much time did you spend to write all this lovely message? Oh my God, بجد. Thank you so much, Doctor, for this informative, fruitful, and enjoyable session. My gratitude has no bounds. Thank you, Evans. Oh, love you so much. Thank you for inspiring, caring, listening, guiding, and shaping our future. Oh my God. والله بجد I cannot, يعني you can't imagine والله how you really made my day by these really lovely words. Like, I have to thank you. Thank you so much. حبيبي يا عبد الله. Thank you. Thank you يا رونا. في حد سأل miss in metallic bond we have the C of the yes yes مش عارفة who said you're most welcome يا سارة. مش عارفة someone is asking a question I'm trying to الميتاليك بوند عبد الله you too يا سارة have a great day يا روحي. yes الميتاليك بوند ان شاء الله we will take it once we will finish the covalent in شاء الله we will take the metallic. Yes, that's true. What you said about the metallic, it's true. Million thanks, miss. It was an enjoyable, grateful session as usual. حبيبتي قلوقة والله. Thank you. Thank you يا روحي. Okay, thank you so much. Have a great week. Till next Wednesday. Can't wait. We'll see you إن شاء الله next class. حبيبي يا محمود, you're most welcome. It's my pleasure, dear. I will send you the recording once it's finished by today's night. وإن شاء الله I will send you also the PDF. I think it's there already. If I find it there, so it's fine. If it's not there, I will send it on the group. Okay? Merci beaucoup. De rien. Thank you, Nouri. Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, Abdullah, it's fine. طبعا for sure. My pleasure. Okay. Bye bye.